I'm Mark Winters, and I'm going to share a song with you that I wrote about breaking boundaries in your life, sort of getting out of your own way and becoming the person that you're meant to be. Pushing at the supersonic speed, I can see what I need. I'm soaring faster and higher, breaking through, I believe in me. We find our limits when we're young, slowing down before we've begun. They tell me I'm too small to play and that I don't look like them at all. Somehow I found my way. Working hard, I will have a say. Where can I find the strength in me to break my boundaries and make me see? Pushing at the supersonic speed, I can see what I need. I'm soaring faster and higher, breaking through, I believe in me. Come on now. Get a job and find a life. Listen to everyone's advice. They tell me I'm too old to change and that I need to rearrange my mind. I know my own way. Working hard, I will have a say. Where can I find the strength in me to break my boundaries and make me see? Pushing at the supersonic speed, I can see what I need. I'm soaring faster and higher, breaking through, I believe in me. Yeah. Bring some love along the way, keep my humble mind at play. Boundary layers are just a test, they give the strength to be my best. Create my limits on my own, choices are my cornerstone. Boundary layers are just a test, they give the strength to be my best. Bring my circle up with me, feel the love and loyalty. Boundary layers are just a test, they give the strength to be my best. Make my world a lifted way, strive for that every day. Boundary layers are just a test, they give the strength to be my best. Pushing at the supersonic speed, I can see what I need. I'm soaring faster and higher, breaking through, I believe in me. Yeah, pushing at the supersonic speed, I can see what I need. I'm soaring faster and higher, breaking through, I believe in me.
Thank you so much for coming by. I know your schedule is pretty hectic. I know you're like on tour right now. August 10th, you're in Tallahassee. Like, how's that going for you so far?
It's amazing. It's my first time to actually be on a tour outside of Texas. I did a little small tour earlier in the year, which was my first tour. This is my second tour. So it's all new to me. I'm really enjoying being out. It's been amazing. I've met some fabulous people. I just rolled in from New Orleans. I had a show there.
I
It was really awesome. So it's amazing.
So when did you like start producing and making music? Like, what got you started and what was like, I'm going to produce music and share my gift?
Yeah. So my whole life, music has moved me. And I've always thought about being a musician, but I didn't really take the plunge. Had lots of opportunities to do it, just didn't. I decided I was going to play a song for my wife for our anniversary. And so I bought a guitar on the slide, and learned this song on the side, and took her out to this Italian restaurant. And I forgot something, honey. And I went back to my car and got my guitar and came in. She's like, "What is that?" And I played this song for her, sang it. And I fell in love at that moment with delivering emotions through music, it just
Right.
it hooked me.
Right.
I hung up my engineer card and started really thinking about becoming more serious as a musician. And the second part of my journey, I guess, was when I started singing in a cover band. I met some really wonderful people who were great musicians and taught me a
Right.
ton. When I started singing covers, I couldn't sing words I didn't agree with.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And so that became kind of my muse to write my own music.
So through finding your path to make music, what is the best advice that you would give for people that are starting out or are second guessing starting out, because it's very hard. I know the music industry is very hard to get into and to stick with it because it's such a harsh reality sometimes.
Yeah. I've met a ton of people who are way ahead of me and some people who are just a little bit ahead of me.
Right.
And they've given me some great advice. I think that the best advice I've gotten so far has been, be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a tough thing because you don't really, when you're first starting off, you're like, I don't know, who am I?
Yeah.
What is my voice and
Yeah.
how am I supposed to bring it to the world? So I'd say as you're thinking about music as a career, experiment a ton. Play a ton of cover songs, all kind of genres. Find your mojo,
Right.
and then just be true to that, and share your music because it's something that it gives you pleasure to share it. You might not end up, rolling around in a Rolls Royce and with a mansion on the hill, but if you're in it for the right reason, then you'll have the endurance that you need to really find your place,
Right.
whether that's just doing small regional tours or whether you become a big pop star. I think if it's authentic and you're true to yourself, then you're going to be able to go the distance because it is a marathon.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's so cool. So you brought up covers. What would you say is your best artist to cover?
Ooh, let's see. I would say I really enjoy. I really enjoy the simplicity of Tom Petty songs, and so I really like. It's "Free Falling" is a great way. As a matter of fact, I covered it on my first album because I really love it. I love some John Mayer tunes as well. I love to play the guitar, and he just has some amazing. I think "Waiting on the World to Change" is a favorite of mine.
Right.
So I'd say the one I get the most feedback from when I play, out. Probably as a cover is Elton John's Rocket Man. I have my own blues version of it.
Yeah.
And that's probably what everybody sort of appreciates probably the most when I'm out playing. Yeah.
So what would be your biggest highlight so far? And then after that, what is something you're striving for currently?
I would say, the biggest step I took and my biggest highlight was putting my first album out. I just didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know music theory. I didn't know how to write. It was such a journey and had so many wonderful people on the journey with me that just putting that album out was just a moment in my life that was just amazing. I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah. This is pure curiosity. Do you think music theory and music history is as important as they teach in schools?
I think music is a phenomenal teacher of many skills in life. I wish I'd have learned it earlier.
Right.
I think you learn so many things about your emotions and how to share them. I think you learn discipline. I think it opens your mind to other people's perspectives. I think it's phenomenal. I think one of the problems in society right now, though, is everything's hyper focused. Right. You've got to, if you want to be a marine biologist, you can't study all the marine animals, right? You got to be a porpoise specialist, right? And you got to know that when you're 5, so you can get on the porpoise specialist course or something. So I think that's a problem because you don't really have an opportunity today to enjoy some of the diversity of education that music and other arts give you. I had the beauty, my grandmother taught me to write poetry and to paint when I was 5.
Whoa.
It wasn't in school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how she did that because I was rambunctious, but so I'd say, very important to experience music yourself and Whether it's a karaoke night or whether it's music theory, I think you need to experience it and learn from it.
So the creating of like your songs, you always have like this great backstory to it. What would you like? Which song would be the most that like sticks out to you? You always have to remember it, like something that just always brings you back and grounds you.
Yeah, I'd say for me, my song "Signal" is it sums up a lot of my life and the journey that I wrote it. I wrote it as a haiku, which a lot of my songs start with an emotional feeling. They become a haiku. Then from a haiku, they become a song. Makes me think of my grandmother.
Right.
Makes me introspective. The song's about being mindful of the energy you're putting out in the world and the energy you're taking in, and making sure that you're being purposeful about that. For me, in my life, I wasn't aware sometimes of, the negativity maybe that some people were radiating on me, or maybe I wasn't mindful myself of the energy that I was putting out. And so, Signal to me was a mindfulness element. And it's also nerdy because I have to have a little bit of nerdiness in there. It's like I think of signals as radio waves, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
The vibe as well, right? So you got to have some Shaka surfer vibe in there too. So yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So since we're on the good vibes, and like, what is a motto that you just live by? Like, if you had to put in one sentence.
Ooh, wow. Well, my musical brand is rock with a positive vibe. Okay. Which says, a lot of things. But I would say, see the beauty in the world around you.
Right.
I'm a glass 3/4 full guy, right? Everything, I keep a positive attitude pretty much no matter what's going on around me.
Right.
And part of that is I see someone and I see the promise and the beauty in the person, right? Or if I see, a city or the world, I'm looking for that good. I think if everybody was sort of looking for the good in things, boy, the world would be a fabulous place,
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. What are your upcoming plans for like the next couple of months?
Yeah, so I'm wrapping up this tour and headed back to Houston. Got a little family vacation. We're going to head down to Corpus Christi and do a little surfing. Have some fun. And then, I've got a new Christmas song that I put out. I'm going to put out here for the holidays. I'm excited about that. And, working on a tour next year, a spring tour. And I'm really excited to put all that together. I'm constantly writing and looking for I guess the next song that I think is the one that I need to release.
Right. So how do you juggle the tour life and like music, your family? Like how do you get that balance?
That's a good question. I'm not sure I figured that out completely, to be honest. But I think it's all about communication. So my wife is amazing. She's very supportive of my music project. It's definitely a left turn from when we got married, right? It's definitely not the guy she married, and she's adapted and she's cool. And so we talk a lot. What's the right amount? I'm kind of prone to being like a hard-charging, over-the-top person when I do things, and so I think we've come to a good understanding about what's the right amount of music time and family time.
Right.
And she's a great guide. I learned a ton. I wrote this song called Underground. So about that underground love, finding a way into your life, whether you want it or not, and making it a better place. So here you go. My mind. love is breaking me down. Your love, your love, your love, your love will set me free. Washing away my sorrows, washing away my sorrows. Your love is running underground, it's filling up that hole in me. Your love is breaking me down. Your love, your love, your love is running underground, it's filling up that hole in me. Your love is breaking me down. Your love, your love, your love, your love will set me free.
So, like, out of all the places that you've visited and performed, like, what is one place that sticks out to you? Is it like your hometown, or is it just somewhere completely different?
Yeah, I think for me the performance that's the most memorable to me, I did a showcase at South by Southwest in Austin at the Oasis Brewery, and it was the first time I was really away from my hometown, playing
Right.
to a foreign crowd, right?
Yeah.
Where you don't really feel at home because you're not, I wasn't in Houston. And it was amazing, and I had a great time, and it really taught me about the family connection that musicians share when they get into an environment. I think creatives in general are so warm and understanding and supportive of each other.
Right.
That's not how the
Yeah.
other elements of my life work.
Right.
So I really appreciate that. And so I think of that warm feeling when I'm thinking about that performance at the Oasis Brewery.
Right. Is there any performances that, like, something went completely wrong? Like, how do you cope with, like, just, like, out of the blue oopsies?
Yeah. I was playing a show, and this guy went to his car and got a tambourine out of his car.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of like an intimate bistro environment, so maybe
Right.
20 or 30 tops. It was kind of small, intimate. And he came back out and he sat, and then he started playing it at the table. Yeah. And then later in the song, he started dancing around and playing it and singing. We were playing House of the Rising Sun, and he started
Right.
singing karaoke style, and he's a loud
Right.
fella, right? Yeah, and he couldn't keep a rhythm, and I was trying to not get sucked into his,
Right,
but he was enjoying himself,
Yeah.
right? So, I
Yeah.
think that's what music's all about.
Yes.
That was the worst distraction, I'd say,
Right.
that I've ever had. Yeah. Maybe another item too. I was playing a show in Austin, and I almost lost completely what I was playing because I was playing a cover by Jet called "Be My Girl." So it's this groovy thing, and I'm rocking it out, and this group of 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds came up. And they started dancing, and they were so cute, right? So they were amazingly cute, and they were just bopping all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And so, right when I was supposed to, get back to singing again, I'm like, what am I singing? I got caught up in the moment with them.
Yeah.
And then all right, here we go.
Yeah. Such amazing distraction.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you again, Mark Winters, for coming out. It's been absolutely amazing having you here and coping with us on changing the scenery a bit more. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Beja, for having me and inviting me into your beautiful garden.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.